Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Franklin Field, home of the Milwaukee Milkmen, for tonight's baseball game between the Hudson Raiders and the Franklin Sabres. Hudson in the field first today. They come in at 6-2 on the year. They are head coached by Brett Blagan, coming from the Big East, Big River. Man. Got to get used to my Big Rivers Conference. I thought it was Big East at first. I'm like, we're not up north here. I mean, we're not up in. And the Franklin Sabres as well, coming from the southeast. The Sabres come into the year 6-2. 3 wins over Racine Park during the week and a loss to Greendale. So now we will start. They are head coached by Steve Drobot. So beginning here for the Sabres, leading off is Lee. Onyu Lee is leading off for the Sabres. First pitch is in there for a strike, and pitching for the Hudson Raiders is Landon Zuli. First pitch was in there for a strike. Next one's in there for a strike. Quickly 0-2 on Lee. Zuli we saw on the hitting side of things last night in the field in last night's late contest against Germantown. 8-5 Hudson wins last night against Germantown with the power outage in 8 innings. Game ended at 11 p.m. last night, and they are here bright and early at 9 a.m. right at the hotel, right across the way over there they stayed. And that one's outside. It's quickly 2 balls, 2 strikes. Zuli up to 4 pitches on the day to begin, 2-2. That one's on the ground. Out to the outfield. That's going to go foul to the right side. So still remains 2 balls, 2 strikes out there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, correction. Windy once again today. First pitch temperature, 35 degrees. Cold one for high school baseball, but not surprised in Wisconsin, as that one's on the ground to second to Solheed, on to first in time to Brethel, and that's the first out here in the inning. So now they'll bring up Schnebel. That's Andrew Schnebel. A lot of new faces in the Franklin Sabres lineup. They lost a heavy senior class last year. Boston Halloran, Maximilian Martin, Lucas Farron, Will Gardner, a bunch of guys that helped take them to state last year. They lost. A lot of guys on the offensive side of the ball. So Franklin this year relying heavily on the pitching side of the ball early on. They played a good series against Racine Park this week, dropped a non-conference game to Greendale on Thursday, had the tying run 90 feet away right over there at the Rock League baseball fields, right in the rain. And that one's in their first strike on Schnebel. Quickly 0-2. After the foul ball. Zuli early on. Gave up a few in the air balls, but it's just mainly been on the bat. And that one's a half swing, strike 3 on the swing. And quickly 2 outs for the Raiders. So that'll send up Dylan Hurling to the plate, the third batter in this lineup. Zuli sets and delivers, and that one's up in the air. Second baseman Soheed calls for it, and that's an out. Quick 3 up, 3 down for the Hudson Raiders. We will head to the middle of the first inning, still 0-0.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Back here on Zaleski Sports here in the bottom of the first. Hudson to come to bat. Hudson to come to bat here. Hagman to lead off. Hagman, let's do a recap of last night's game that he had. What a game for him, Logan Hagman. First batter of the game last night. Hits a solo home run to left field that barely cleared the wall. He went 3 for 5. Yep. 3 for 5. Home run, single, double, Elijah tells me. Elijah was the play-by-play announcer for that game last night. So, Hagman had a pretty good game last night. And like Sam Abramson, another guy that's right in the number 5 spot. Right? A lot of guys from last night's low sleep night for them are going to be out there this morning. So, on the mound for the Sabres is Ben Verges. Around the side, Sievert to catcher, Herrick at first base, Lee second, Samancic third, Samancic shortstop, Hefter at third, Sanford in left, Hurling in center, and Anderson in right. That's the fielding roundup for the Sabres. Hitting roundup for Hudson is Hagman, Abramson, Zuli, Carlson, Bezanson, Soheed, Brathel. That's not Mazadsky and Steele Home. So, a lot of the same lineup as yesterday from the notice. So, Hagman stands in against Verges here in the bottom of the first.
Will he go deep in his first at-bat again?
Steps in. First pitch is low for a ball. And that one's in the air, foul to the right side. So 1-1 on Hagman here in the first. Like I said last night, Hudson playing a really late game last night. 11 o'clock they got out of here. We got stuck in the stadium. We'll tell that story later. Like literally, we could not get out because they locked the doors. And that one's foul behind home plate. And we had to literally roll under a fence in the outfield. Me and Elijah.
We almost had to sleep here last night.
We almost had to sleep here, like the comment said. We didn't sleep here, but we almost had to. That was fun. Luckily for enough, I made the weight limit where I could still make it under the fence. A couple of years from now, I probably won't. So, and that one's swinging a miss outside. Strike 3. Verges' first batter he faces goes down swinging. Steve Drobot's team plays in the Southeast Conference. Not a bad conference this year for baseball. You had Oak Creek, the number 1 team in the state, according to PBR. Then you got Tremper in there, who's a competed team too. But the one that has really come across this year is Indian Trail is a better team this year in the Southeast Conference. They've really improved. And that was in their first strike by Verges. First year head coach Lane Oches over there. We're looking to have them on the network at some point this year, along with John Matera's Trojans as well, if time will fit with all these other teams around the area. 2 teams that we are focused on, too. And that one's ripped up the middle. Base hit for not Hagman, but Abramson. As Game Changer did not update. So, Abramson aboard at first base. And that will send up Landon Zuli, the pitcher. So, Abramson takes his lead at first. Zuli steps in the batter's box. Verges sets. The pitch from Verges. That one's on the ground up the middle. Barely gets past the second baseman that time. And he's going to go to third, testing the arm, and that ball's going to get thrown away. Zuli watches the throw to third, but stays at first. And Hudson immediately has runners on the corners here with 1 out. Hudson going to be a tough test for the Sabres team. Hudson, the number 7 team in the state. The Sabres fall unranked after last week, after a 1-0 loss to Burlington to open up their season. But ever since, the Sabres have been 5-1 since, so they've been playing better, along with two conference teams of Case and Park going at it from Racine, and then Greendale in there. So Zulli takes his lead from first, Abramson from third. First pitch is in there for a strike, and now up is Hunter Carlson, number 10. Takes his lead over at first. In there for a strike, hits the inside corner.
Still went out.
And Carlson down, I think, 1-2 strikes. Both game changers had frozen up. That's the luck I've had. And that one's high for a ball. It seems like when Elijah does a game, we have 2 working game changers. When Elijah does a game, we have 2 working game changers. When I do, nobody wants to run a game changer.
Sometimes when I produce some things don't want to work.
Pitches in up, and that one's ripped off Herrick's glove. Herrick's going to try to make the play at second, throws a second, and it's off the glove. No out made right there that time. And meanwhile, Hudson scores a run.
They didn't get out of that?
Nope. The ball went off the glove right there of
1-0. Byzantium's up next.
So Byzantium will come up now. Braden Byzantium will come up. That time was it was a hard play over there for Lee at second base. Herrick made it. I couldn't tell from here how good of a throw it was, but kind of a tough play there, and that's how Abramson scores. So 1-0 Raiders lead here. First and second, 1 out still for Hudson. Now that sets up Byzantium to face Verges. That one's on the ground to second. Could be 2. On to second. Back to first. Not going to be able to make a play. Surprised there's not a question coming there from the Franklin Sabres dugout. I couldn't tell there early on, but I don't think there would have been a slide rule interference there. I think that there was just lost grip of the ball by the shortstop that time. The shortstop, Samancic, that time. Or the runner was pretty fast over there as well, too. So runners on the corners again. That sends up Soheed, Jack Soheed. Saw him last night. Hudson pretty much sending out primarily the same lineup this morning.
So they got some good rest last night.
Yeah, they got some good rest. Probably were in the pool till 2 in the morning and then came back. That one swings and misses. Strike. Beautiful facility at the Franklin Field, home of the Milwaukee Milkmen and UW Milwaukee Panthers. UWM plays later today, and then we'll follow them again with Kettle Moraine versus St. Thomas more later. Ball low. Just think about it. 12 hours from now, we'll probably still be up here. But we're obviously going home and doing different things in between. We're not staying here all day.
Don't worry, I'll be watching the NBA playoffs later today.
Yeah, I gotta go coach, and I gotta go out do some things. So that one's in there for a strike from Verges. Both runners take leads from first to third. Runner takes off on the ground. Oh, that's going to be a tough play for the Sabres. Nobody over at first. That was just the most unlucky play right there. But for the Franklin Sabres right there. What happened was, you think about it, Lee's got to go over and cover the steal, and it's hit right to second base where he's not at. And that's what causes trouble. Now it's a 2-0 lead for Hudson here in the first inning. Nothing you could do about that one. The Sabres ran the correct play there. They got to go cover second. He hits it right into where the second baseman probably would have been to make the out. And Herrick made a nice stop over there to still keep the ball from going in the outfield. It might have been 3-0. early on. So Steve Drobot heads out to talk with Verges. So single to Herrick, it's been ruled. So now Brathel will bat with a 2-0 Raiders lead with 2 outs. Runners on the corners, Bezanson at third, Solheed at first, takes the lead. Verges steps onto the mound. Verges delivers in there for a strike. Verges takes set. Here's the next pitch. Kind of a nice pitch right there. Coming. Looks like it was going out. Tried to get it back in, but not fully able to get back right into the strike zone that time. And the runner takes off, throws to second, tries to run the play. Nice smart play over there. Puts Samancic right behind the mound. And still throw it down. As if he would have took off, Samancic would have caught it. See, some teams in high school throw down in those situations, and some teams just let them steal. Like we saw in the game yesterday, a lot of just let them steal with guys on first and third. That one's on the ground, foul behind home plate. So Solheed takes second now. Bezanson at third. A base hit here by Brathel could put Hudson up 4-0 here in the first, potentially. Brathel lines one foul. So still remains 1-2 on Brathel. Verges delivers on the ground to third. Hefter to Herrick at first. Herrick lets that one bounce out of the glove, and that's going to give Hudson a 3-0 lead. Herrick, I don't think, is normally a first baseman, so filling those bounce balls like that or trying to dig those out of the dirt can be tough for some guys that are not used to playing first.
Just heard Drobot say, come on, guys, let's make a play out there.
So Hudson, 3-0 lead here in the first.
They're almost through their whole lineup already.
So Brathel reaches. Solheed goes over to first. Bezanson scores. So now it'll be Jace Mazinski up, number 8. That one's on the ground to short. Samancic flips it to second to the second baseman, Lee. Hudson tags on 3 in the first inning. We'll head to the second. More baseball coming your way on Zaleski Sports.
Big Putts is the greatest indoor mini golf experience in the universe, as determined by unofficial independent voting. Big Putts on South 27th Street in Greenfield is open 7 days a week. Plan your next night out, weekend, birthday party, company outing, or an afternoon delight of mini golf at Big Putts. After a round of golf, test your skill in the area's best arcade. Big Putts on South 27th Street in Greenfield and Big Putts on Facebook. I like Big Putts and I cannot lie.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Laston Exteriors.
They're so behind. Back here on Zaleski Sports. Top of the second inning. Hudson with the 3-0 lead over Franklin. Some unlucky plays for the Sabres in the first inning. Sabres drawing 2 errors in the first inning. As one of them was most unlucky was the second baseman Lee had to go over and cover a steal, and a ball was hit right to where the second baseman would have been, and ended up scoring a run for Hudson. But there's nothing you could do about that one. That was just, you got to go cover the man that's running. Got to understand the situation right there. That's just kind of the unlucky first inning that the Sabres had. So now standing in the box is Ben Vergis, the pitcher. Takes a pitch low for ball 1. Next pitch is high, ball 2. Sabres looking for some hits here in the second inning to try to get some runs back. If they're like anything like Germantown last night, it'll probably be tied heading in the middle of the second if it comes to that. Because that's how Germantown did it last night with Hudson. That one's up the middle. Nice play by the shortstop. Over to first to get him in time. Nice play that time by the shortstop. That's going to be Sam Abramson, I believe, over at shortstop. Or Majinski. Game changer didn't quite come up.
Next name's pronunciation Sanford, not Sanford.
Sanford at the plate. Majinski's the one that made that nice play over there at shortstop over the middle. And they said that he did not go. Sanford batting now. On the ground foul. Due up next on deck is Joe Herrick, the first baseman. Followed by Ben Hefter, Samancic, and then Sievert, the catcher. Sabres on the 5th spot of the lineup. The right fielder, I believe, is the one that's not hitting in their lineup today. They have a DH for. And that one's in there for a strike on Sanford. So 1-2 on Sanford here. Franklin, like I said, looking for the hit here early on. That one's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Both schools bringing a pretty good athletic department from the time being. Hudson, I think, had a pretty good football team last year and a pretty good boys basketball team. As that one's up the middle to Majinski over to first in time to get him 2 outs here in the top of the second. Going on before I said Hudson has a pretty good athletic department over there. Pretty much Minnesota, let's just say. But Franklin, who we know a little bit better. State football qualifiers this past year. Some guys like Ben Hefter over there on the football team. A couple guys on Coach Brown's staff. And you got the girls basketball team that went to state too. Over there. And you got pretty good athletic department over there. Ran by the first-year athletic director, Cordell Smith. And that's a base hit up the middle by Joe Herrick. He's on for Franklin's first hit of the day. So Herrick on the first pitch takes a base hit to right center. And Franklin on board with their first hit of the day. So now let's send up Ben Hefter, the third baseman. Most of these guys dress like they're going skiing. It's a cold one. The wind's really ripping out there now. Looking at the flags, if you can see them. Well, you don't need to really see them. That one's up the middle, a base hit. Ben Hefter delivers a single to center field. And just like that, the Sabres get 2 back-to-back hits on 2 pitches. So the Sabres starting to get a little bit, maybe more so in rhythm. And more of their bottom of the order. So Zuli gives up back-to-back hits, and they'll send up Mitchell Samancic. With runners on first and second. Samancic came up with some clutch hits last year. Early on, I believe he's a sophomore or junior. Ball, one of the younger guys on this team. That was a ball 1 outside. Herrick takes his lead from second. Hefter takes his lead from first. Delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Zuli up to about 21 pitches in this game now. Not bad in the second inning. First inning was pretty short for him. Second inning, he's given up a couple hits now. But Sabres need to get a base hit in the outfield here to tag on and run to kind of get themselves in rhythm. That one's outside, just a bit outside for a ball. So 2-1. Lots of PBR games going on today over at the main fields. Yeah, got quite a schedule over there. We got Kettle Moraine St. Thomas more tonight. head up to the Rock Sports Complex in Franklin. Even if you want to head up here, there's even hotels if you want to stay the night. 2 right across the street. Yeah, brand new one over there. That's called Sleep Inn and Suites, I think. And you got Hampton Inn over there. Yep, Hampton Inn over there, which you can't see on camera. That's been there a while now, but that one up in the air, foul. So 3-2, full count on Samancic. Samancic could use a base hit here or to get the chance to get the 9-hole hitter up. And both runners run on 3-2. It's fouled. Always got to run on 3-2. The perfect example right there. Due up nets is Sievert, the catcher. So Herrick and Hefter lead off the double H. Zulli delivers. Inside, ball 4. Just a little bit inside. And that's going to put bases loaded for the Sabres here in the first. Now we'll set up the catcher, Sievert. Samancic right there. Yeah. Samancic took a really close pitch right there. I mean, that was pretty close. I couldn't tell from here, but probably just a little bit inside for the criteria to be called strike 3. So now, back to a clean count for Ryan Sievert. With bases loaded here, 2 outs in the first, down 3-0. It's now quickly 1-0 on Sievert. Zulli delivers here. That one's up in the air to left. And it's going to fall. Base hit. 2 runs are going to score for the Sabres. As Ryan Sievert comes up with a base hit to make this a 1-run game. Samancic goes to second. And just like that. Brand new game. So with first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the second, the Sabres tag on 2 runs. And now that's going to send up Anyu Lee to the plate, number 1 for the Sabres. Base hit here in the outfield, depending how deep it is, could tie this game right away. We're going to have one of those games again.
You're going to get one of those games now. Unlike yesterday, where there was a low-scoring fight.
And that one's on the ground to third. Abramson over to first in time. Sabres tack on 2 runs at the top of the second. We will head to the bottom of the second. 3-2, Hudson leads still.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, bottom of the second inning. Today's game is sponsored by Fleet Farm. Pick up all your pets' favorites from Fleet Farm. Find everything from foods and treats to toys and health products under one roof. From all the brands you trust, dogs or cats, they got you covered. Shop your pets' everyday essentials at Fleet Farm. 3-2 game here in the bottom of the second. Vergis returns to the mound. That's going to send up Steele home. Didn't get the chance to steal home yesterday.
Yeah, he technically did on that ball.
Oh, he technically did on balk, but
I think they're going to call it that.
can't call it a steal.
He got his opportunity to get home, though.
Pass ball, though, you can call it a steal, technically. So bottom of second we begin here. Steelholm steps in, ball 1. Hagman on deck. The left fielder, home the center fielder today, just like last night. Verges up to 24 pitches today, and that one's up in the air, foul. Right almost at the Hudson dugout. Not the liner shot, though. The dangerous ones. So quickly, 1 ball, 1 strike on home. Here's the pitch from Verges. That one is check, swinged, ball. Don't think he went around enough, and Franklin didn't ask either. That one is outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. On home. Verges set to deliver here. And down the middle for a strike. Quickly fights back to make it a full count. Like I said, Franklin, quite a few new players this year. Lost lots of veterans last year, but they all went to pretty good colleges though. So showing how good they were. That ball hits home, and home will take first base. Why did it look like hit him in like the chest?
Wait, it didn't hit him?
Timeout. No, I think it is bat.
Like I gotta read.
Wow, he sure did a good acting job. That didn't really hit him.
It really looked like it. It's like it happened last night too. It happened with Germantown though.
Yeah. And that one's on the ground. Diverges the pitcher. He's got to quickly turn around, throw it over to first in time. So 1 down for the Sabres in the field. Verges did a good job coming off the mound that time. So that will send up Logan Hagman, the left fielder. Like I said last night, the 3-for-5 game, double, single, and a home run. Home run to lead off the game last night against Germantown. Germantown today, too. They were here till, well, they got a further drive. Even though Hudson's 4 hours away, Germantown's obviously going home, not staying at a hotel. But Germantown's got a game today against, well, Steve Wojcinski, obviously, like we mentioned, he was the head coach of Whitefish Bay, won a state championship today. He's playing his former team, Whitefish Bay, today. So,
What's Hudson, like 15 minutes away from Minneapolis?
yeah, Hudson's like 15 minutes away from Minneapolis. And you got a hotel right over there. That's where they're staying. So technically they had a closer drive to Germantown last night. But theoretically, not usually. No way Hudson would go home last night.
They definitely have the longest drive.
They had the longest drive in this tournament by far. Then you got Kakana up north who came down. I think Kakana plays again today. Madison Memorial. Mozani will play Indian Trail later over there. Coverage team against coverage team. We have our coverage team down here. We got Zaleski's coverage team up north, Mozani. So we won't have that one for you, unfortunately.
Tonight we have all our coverage teams.
Tonight we have all our coverage teams. Kettle Moraine against St. Thomas More. We find our coverage team, Franklin, in this game. And that one's ball outside. But Hudson has made several appearances on Zaleski Sports in the past. Mainly in sectionals. Or regionals. Yeah, they seem like they're it's a pretty good athletic department up there, let's be honest. Just like Franklin down here. Franklin finds a way. I think pretty much every sport they've been had above 500 record, Franklin.
I think they got the 1 seed in football, but they got upset.
Yeah. And that's ball 4. Hagman walks. So now that sends up Abramson. Sam Abramson. You have Hagman on first. That was on the backstop foul. Quickly 0-1 on Abramson. So one down here in the bottom of the second. Burgess delivers in there for a strike. Quickly 0-2 on Abramson. Runner takes off. And without a throw, he gets the second. So Hagman gets the second here, and he's in scoring position now with one out. So Abramson steps back in the box. That one's on the ground to third. Hefter to Herrick at first. Another tough bounce for Herrick over there. So Hudson reaches on an error. That was Abramson that reached on an error that time. So now that will send up Zulli, Landon Zulli, the pitcher. With runners on first and second here. With one away. All right, so Zulli steps back in with runners on first and second here. Infield fly rule in place, so if the ball were to be pop up in the infield, it'd be automatic out. Both runners take off, double steal, throws over to third, not in time. Hagman takes third, Abramson takes second. That's a double steal for the Raiders. So Burgess steps back on the mound. Burgess delivers. That one's on the ground to third, foul. So Zulli steps back in here. Outside ball 2. Or ball 3. I think it's 3-1. Both game changers kind of behind. Yep, 3-1 on Zulli. And that one's fouled back to the back screen. We'll sit at full count here. Ben Burgess with 45 pitches here in the second inning. Pitch count starting to get a little higher there. 4 errors on the Sabres here in the first 2 innings. It's kind of what's biting them here early with down 3-2 only. Tagged down 2 runs in the top of the inning, but 4 errors on the Sabres here early. And that one's on the ground to right. And nice catch out there. No. Back to second. They turn a double play. Wow, nice catch out there by Anderson. Able to throw into the first baseman. Herrick could turn a double play. Wow. I thought there were 2 outs there at first. What a play by the Sabres to get out of a stretch like that. 3-2 game. Sabres coming to bat here in the third inning.
For the best price on the Bowtie brand, all roads lead to Griffin Chevrolet in the Auto Mall.
Lease this 24 Chevrolet Trax for $255 a month for 36 months. Or when you lease this 24 Chevrolet Silverado, pay just $348 for 36 months.
Find new roads. Discover old friends. There's no better way than with a Griffin Chevrolet.
As a proud sponsor of Zaleski Sports, Stevens Point Brewery brings you a variety of gourmet sodas to indulge in while watching your favorite teams. Flavors include black cherry cream, kitty cocktail, mango, orange cream, vanilla cream, and root beer in regular or zero sugar. Have it as a float for the perfect post-game treat.
2 errors on Hefter and 2 on Herrick. Jesus. Back here on Zaleski Sports, here in the third inning. Sabres down 3-2 in this one. But coming to bat, they get out of a jam. Nice catch out there by the right fielder Anderson to throw right into Herrick to turn the double play. Nice sequence over there, able to catch Hudson. I think Hudson at the situation wasn't sure that they caught the ball. I think that's what the big question was there. So due up first for the Sabres. Schneebel will bat first for the Sabres. That's Drew Schneebel, the designated hitter. He bats for the right fielder, Anderson. So Schneebel will come up. More sun today than yesterday. It keeps going in and out, which is
At least we're warm today.
at least we're in the warm. And I brought my little portable heater today too, underneath us
Oh, yeah.
to make it easier. It was a good suggestion there. That one's fouled back by Schneebel, and we're underway here in the top of the third. Zuli up to 30 pitches on the day, kind of like where he should be. And that one's inside for a ball. Wind howling this morning. I don't think it's as fast as yesterday, but got
Definitely not.
probably at like 20 at least still, or 15. As the flags are whipping out there still, as that one ball is a little bit high on Schneebel. It's quickly 2-1. 3 hits for both teams so far going to the day. Schneebel 0 for 1 today. Ball's outside. Next pitch here is a little high again, and that's ball 4. So Sabres get the leadoff batter on. And that will send up. Hurling will bat. Number 22, Dylan Hurling. With a runner on first, Schneebel gets the walk. Zuli looks back at first. Shows bunt here. Throw it pulls back. And quickly 1-0. High one there, so I'm pretty sure Hudson knows now. That's why a bunt on the first pitch is always a good particular one, because now they're going to be ready. Because as you see, the third baseman's already moving up. If Hurling decides to, yep, Hurling showing bunt again. This time on the ground to the pitcher. Zuli on to first in time. That moves Schneebel over to second. And there's one down now for the pitcher, Ben Burgess. Some people would say we're committing an act of crime right now. I'll take Elijah guess that. I said, I'll take Elijah to guess this. We're committing an act of crime right now. And he's probably like, what am I talking about? But I'll tell him during the commercial, because
I'm slow.
yeah. We're committing an act of crime that would be considered a crime to some of our high school friends. All right. We'll get them there a little bit later.
It's early.
Yeah, it's early. It's early in the morning.
We were here till 11 last night.
Yeah, we were here till 11 last night. 1-0 on Burgess, meanwhile. Schneebel takes his lead from second. Zuli ready to pitch. Here's a pitch from Zuli. Pitch is in there for a strike. Comes back in the zone. Some of the field has sun, some of the field has dark, Elijah just said, which is so true. Over there, I see the fence we rolled under last night. You can kind of see it in the outfield. We were walking around the whole stadium. Luckily, the lights were still on. That one's popped way foul. Franklin has some fans over there on the right side. Couple for Hudson over there, too, as well. Sabres obviously playing in their home city, so they should have a full section, in my opinion.
Come on, Franklin.
Come on, Franklin.
We got like only like 4 or 5 families here.
Some of your high school kids could live literally right behind the Rock here. I get it. It's early. It's Saturday. People got stuff going on.
A home field game.
They should play Franklin versus Oak Creek here. Unpopular opinion. I don't know why. I feel like that'd be fun. You could get a chance to bring out student sections for those games.
Make it even more interesting.
Yeah.
Those student sections, that's what I was gonna-
Now once end the ground to center. Up in the air. Long run out there. And never mind, the shortstop Mazinski took it. That ball was a lot shorter than I thought it was. The center fielder, I think Steele Home, thought he had a chance on it. He was running out there like he was going to steal home. So now, Mitchell Samancic to bat.
No, you bring up the idea of bringing the student sections, but
Oh, wait, never mind. Sanford to bat. Man, Sanford and Samancic look the same from up here. Realistically, they do. And that one's in there for a strike. Yeah, Franklin playing with a lot of underclass kids. They're going to be pretty good again in a few years. They got a lot of young kids that got lots of talent over there. Kind of reminds me of Muskego. Muskego got a lot of 2026 and 27 kids that are really good. They're going to make a run in a few years, I think. Strike 2 in there, meanwhile.
and then you look at a team like Oak Creek, they gotta win now.
They look like a team at Oak Creek, but potentially Oak Creek could be moved out of the Southeast Conference if a vote passes this Tuesday. So Franklin will only have to face them in conference one more time next year if that vote passes.
They'll still have the rivalry for football.
They'll definitely, yeah, they'll still be in football. They'll still be in the same conference, but they'll definitely, if I know Steve Droba and Scott Holler well, if they move conferences, they will probably still schedule each other non-conference on a Saturday. I definitely think in almost every sport they will still play non-conference wise. And that one is half swing, pulls back. Yeah, they'll just see each other once a year, and that'll make it even more of a push battle. Because whoever wins that one game gets bragging rights.
You still technically call it a rival?
Of course, I'd call it a rival still.
I mean, they're so
I call Muskego and Franklin a rivalry too, a non-conference rivalry, because they play each other almost every year in football in the playoffs, and they play each other in basketball every year. They play each other in baseball every year, kind of a non-conference wise. So they always are playing each other.
even in football they meet in the playoffs.
Yeah, even though they meet in every sport. So like, whether it's TP your friend's house that go to Muskego, TP your friend's house that go to Franklin. Not encouraging anything, but you probably see that kind of stuff going on. And ball 4. And Sanford walks. And I'll bring out the first baseman, Herrick. Herrick's 1 for 1 today. He's probably one of the right guys to have in this position. I don't know why this whole time I thought Herrick was a PO, a pitcher only. I swear last year he did not hit, unless they asked him to step up to hit this year. I forgot to ask Coach about that when I saw him in the starting lineup.
That's your guy.
So Joe Herrick steps in, 1 for 1. Runners on first and second. Herrick swings and misses at the first pitch. Schneebel on second. Sanford at first. Here at the top of the third. Herrick going all pro, hardly with any sleeves. Give him credit. Give a lot of these credits that guys that done that.
The catcher on Greendale yesterday.
Yeah, catcher on Greendale had no sleeves on yesterday, and me and Elijah kept talking about how cold it was.
The wind's blowing right at him.
1-1. Zuli still on the mound, up to 48 pitches now on the top of the third. Herrick steps back in. Schneebel takes his lead from second, Sanford from first. Both guys have walked. And that pitch is high for a ball. So 2 walks coming for the Sabres base runners here for this inning. And ball's high. 3 balls, 1 strike. Zuli looks back to second, back to first. And inside, Herrick takes ball 4. Three walks now for Zuli in the inning. Yep. So now that will send up Ben Hefter. Ben Hefter is a football guy intended. Part of Coach Brown's football team.
Ben Burgess is too.
Yeah, so we got quite a few Coach Brown's guys. So we all know they're tough on the baseball field because that football team, that program has been elite for several years now. Over there, 2 out of 3 last years making it to state.
I'd almost say more than that.
Yeah, well, I should.
Like good.
Yeah, they've been a well-known team around Wisconsin for a long time.
They're one of the powerhouses.
Yep. They got stuck playing Kimberly in that state when Kimberly was on the running, and they're the team that came closest to beating Kimberly in that 70-game winning streak at state that one year in football. So that one's down low for a ball. Bases loaded for the Sabres with Hefter at the plate. He's 1 for 1 as well. Schneebel on third, Sanford on second, Herrick on first. Pitch outside. In there for a strike, though. So I think it's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yep. That'd be something Zuli can get out of it here. But Hefter will not go down easy. I don't think. He's already 1 for 1 today. He's already got himself a hit, so... Hefter steps back in. Zuli takes his stretch. Here's a pitch from Zuli. Outside, ball 2. I mean, got to be concerns for Hudson here early on, especially with Zuli, because if he were to walk in a run, he's 2 balls away from walking in a run, and he's walked 3 guys already. All the guys standing on a base for Franklin this inning have all been via walk. So that pitch is hit in the air right field. That is going to fall into the corner. That's going to score 2, potentially 3. They're going to send home another run. Here comes Herrick racing around the bases. Into third. Ben Hefter. Bases clearing triple. 3. So Franklin 5-3 now. Wow, that's exactly what the Sabres have been waiting for, a hit for like that for so long. And they come via triple. Hefter, Sanford, Herrick score. Hefter gets a triple. There. Schneebel, Sanford, and Herrick score on the last play on Hefter's triple. That's a 3 RBI triple for Hefter. And right now he puts himself in the lead for Highlight House Player of the Game if Franklin were to hold on the lead with a 3 RBIs.
I wouldn't be surprised Hudson comes back like last night.
Yeah, Hudson will not go down easy. Last night they just kept coming back in it, but that's one of the biggest hits of the Sabres season right there.
They've already given up as many runs as last night already. That's not promising for Hudson.
And that ball's low. So Mitchell Samancic steps in. One of the younger guys that came up big last year for the Sabres and part of their state semifinal run. They lost to Hortonville last year in the state semifinal after they were leading through like 4.5 innings too over the favorite state champion Hortonville. And it was looking a while for they were going to knock them off and go to the state championship. Inside on Samancic. Never mind, hit him. No, that's ball 4. And here comes head coach Brent Blegan. I believe that's the head coach.
You got guys throwing the football in the bullpen. Look at that.
I'd start warming up if I were them. I wouldn't be throwing no football. I wouldn't be doing that.
Maybe that's their warm-up trick. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it is.
The warm-up trick to get loose.
That's quite a warm-up trick. So they're going to keep Zuli in the game here.
Yeah, he's definitely doing that to warm up. I see him. He's doing like the pick up the leg, the stride. You don't see that in football.
Yeah. So that sends up Sievert, who got a big base hit last time, to get Franklin 3-2. So Sievert's been clutch in this position today already. And that one's up in the air to second base, and caught by I think that ended up being caught by the pitcher Zuli. 3 runs coming for the Sabres in the top of the third. We will head to the middle of the third inning. Hudson to come to bat.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
There's guys down there. All right. Back here on Zaleski Sports, Sabres taking 3 runs at the top of the third. They lead 5-3 over Hudson. As Verges returns to the mound, Carlson will lead off for the Hudson Raiders. That is Hunter Carlson. He is the catcher. Like I said, though, like me and Elijah talked about, Hudson will not go down easy. So they're only down 2 runs. Definitely easy, accessible to come back.
This one has potential to get Heiser scoring the last night even.
Yeah.
Not even 3 innings through yet.
Franklin is showing off the offensive side of ball they've been waiting for early. They had the offensive side of ball late in the game against Greendale the other day. They were trailing in that game 8-2, and they ended up losing 8-7. So they came back 5 runs in that game. But a game-saving double play by the Greendale third baseman. He dove and caught it and tagged third for a double play. I mean, it was just like, wow. That might have even given. That wasn't to end the game, but that was in the inning before. I think that was in the 6th, but that would have definitely scored more runs for Franklin. But now Carlson steps in here, 0 for 1 today, here in the bottom of the third. That ball's outside. Quickly 1-0 on Carlson. Verges delivers here. That one's on the ground to second. Lee, the second baseman, over the first baseman, Herrick, 1 out. So Bezanson steps in now with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Ball is low. Next pitch is just inside, 2-0 on Bezanson. So 2-0 on Bezanson. Verges delivers outside, down low, 3-0. So Herrick at first base over there. A couple errors between him and Hefter early on, but both have made it up with their hitting. Let's just say it that way. They've made up for it with their hitting. Ben Hefter with the base clearing triple last inning to give Franklin the lead. That's on the ground to Lee again. Lee over to the first baseman. Herrick, 2 outs. 2 up and 2 down here for the Sabres in the bottom of the third. Lee quite active over there at second base this inning. So now Soheed, he's 1 for 1 today, will come up. Strike one on Solheed. On the ground to third. Ortiz. And that gets by Hefter. Gets by Herrick. And Solheed takes second. I meant to bring up a substitutional change. Ortiz is now the third baseman for the Sabres. Hefter is no longer in the air. I just realized that when looking down. I think Ortiz, I'm not sure if Ortiz will take a spot in the lineup. So that's 5 errors on the day now for the Sabres. But meanwhile, they lead 5-3. So he reaches by error and gets over to second. So 1 ball, no strikes here. Brathel at the plate now. Back! They're going to get him on the pickoff. What a play by Vergis over to Samancic. The Sabres get out of one, 5-3. They will head to the 4th inning. Sabres in the lead.
Big Putts is the greatest indoor mini golf experience in the universe, as determined by unofficial independent voting. Big Putts on South 27th Street in Greenfield is open 7 days a week. Plan your next night out, weekend, birthday party, company outing, or an afternoon delight of mini golf at Big Putts. After a round of golf, test your skill in the area's best arcade. Big Putts on South 27th Street in Greenfield and Big Putts on Facebook. I like Big Putts and I cannot lie.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
Back here on Zaleski Sports in the top of the 4th. Today's game is sponsored by Griffin. Right now, Griffin Ford Waukesha is the ultimate New Year special. Griffin will inspect and rotate tires, check battery, complete multi-point inspection, check your heat, change your wiper blades and air filter, all for $179.95. That's Griffin Ford of Waukesha. Sabres come to bat here in the top of the 4th. Inning-ending pickoff by the pitcher Ben Vergis over the shortstop Mitchell Samancic, able to step off after they caught the runner off too far off second base. More fans start to show up later and later as the game goes on. As we get set to start here in the top of the 4th, Lee will lead off for the Sabres.
Or is it Lee?
It is Lee.
You have game changer. I don't right now.
So they'll throw on a second there. Perfect throw. A lot of good catchers out there in Wisconsin. I know there's a lot of good guys coming from Wisconsin from catchers. Too bad the Batters didn't have a baseball team because I think they'd be pretty good. But that's a discussion for another day. Yeah, well, I don't think Gavin Lux would have went to the Batters. I think he was straight enough out of Indian Trail to go to the Dodgers. Yeah, Owen Miller maybe Wisconsin night on the bat. Alex Pinellas too. Yeah, some of those guys that could have been on the Badgers. So Lee steps in here. Pinellas went to Louisville.
Somewhere. I knew that.
Yeah. Most Kentucky fans wouldn't like us if we mistake them for that, because those schools don't like each other. 2-0 on Lee. Yeah. Oh yeah. 3-0 on Lee. Brathel, the new pitcher for Hudson. In there for strike. 3-1 on Lee.
Who's on the mound?
Brathel. Next pitch to Lee here. And outside. Hits the outside corner, strike 2. So Brathel battles back after going up 3-0 to 3-2. That one was kind of off speed right there. Here's a pitch. That one's up in the air to left field. Going back on it is the left fielder Hagman. Makes the catch. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh, this kid, he got me there.
What happened?
Lee just stood on second base and did some posture. I thought the guy out there dropped it at first. I'm like, wait a minute.
You got me thinking for a second. Like,
Oh, he was standing on second base. I'm like, I'll be telling him after the game, hey man, you really got me there. That was a nice fake out. I was like, it looked like it was a clean catch to me. All right, Schneebel will bat now for the Sabres with 1 out. And he's back. Foul. Nice one, Lee. That was like... The next pitch to Schneebel and hits him. He wears that one like a champ. And he'll go over to first. Let it hit you where it's supposed to, the back. That's where it hurts the least. Anywhere else, you're going to be feeling that for a lifetime. So now Hurling will come up. That's Dylan Hurling. Pitch is outside for a ball. Hurling steps back in. Schneebel takes the lead from first. Quick throw back by the catcher Carlson. Not able to get him. 2-0 on Hurling. And that one's up in the air. Carlson trying to get it. He makes the sliding catch. It gets a nice catch over there by the catcher Carlson. And Hurling is retired. So now Burgess will bat the pitcher. With the runner on first, Schneebel at first. Schneebel takes his lead over there at first. Brathel steps up. Here's the pitch. That one's up in the air, foul. Right on the roof.
Look at how many baseballs are on that roof.
Look how many baseballs are on that roof. Oh, wow. If we had a side camera, we'd show you. But that's not that important.
Get a camera outside.
Get a camera outside. There you go.
On the suite.
Coach is going out there looking for the ball. I'm like, hey, man, it might still be on the roof. Ball inside to Burgess. Burgess steps back in. He has Schneebel at first. Pitching has been primarily difficult for Hudson today compared to last night. Just seems like throw back to first, not in time. It just seems like they're giving up more hits early on today than normal.
They gave up as many runs as they did last night already.
Yep.
Not a lot of rest last night, though, just like us.
You're right. A lot of us don't have a lot of rest. That's the problem.
We could have stayed here.
We could have stayed overnight here. I forgot my cot at home.
Air mattress.
Yep, I forgot that too. Forgot everything. It had been the nice cold floor, but it's nice up here. I mean, you got a.
Put the mattress right under where the heat is.
You got the refrigerator and the suite. You got like 2 or 3 suites up here we could have slept in. You got the press boxes, press room over there. You got a lot of room up here. They could. And that's ball 4. Burgess walks now. So on the day, Hudson as a team has walked 7 batters now. That's the killer for them early on here. Kind of what led to Franklin's big rally last inning. So now Mitchell Sanford will bat. Man, I get these two confused. I think they're both lefties. No, I think Semantics are righty now. I think. I was going to say, didn't Semantics just bat? That one's in there for a strike on Sanford. And that one's foul. Right on the roof again, and that one's going to get stuck up there. Add to the collection up there. That one's not coming back. Now.
Do they ever bring any of those down? They have to at some point.
Yeah. And I hope to God a coach doesn't go up there. Or a fan, because they ain't going to get that ball back.
You want to jump the suite and jump out of the roof?
No.
No, I don't want to take a chance.
And swing and a miss. Strike 3. So that's the inning. Franklin leaves 2 stranded. Still leads 5-3. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Hudson to come to bat.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Back here on Zaleski Sports, Matt Peck here. Today's game is sponsored by Big Putts. Looking for great family entertainment? Look to Big Putts on South 27th Street in Greenfield. Full 18 indoor mini golf course, arcade games, and more. Also look to Big Putts for your next birthday party and family gathering. Call Big Putts at 404-373-0505 to book your event and visit Big Putts on Facebook. I got something to tell you guys. I like Big Putts, and I cannot lie.
We still got to check that out.
Yeah, we still got to go there. We'll go there over the summer, or maybe coming up. Bottom of the 4th coming up. You know, there's a famous TikTok dude that goes there.
Really?
Yeah, and most of their competitions they do are at Big Putts. I'm like, hey, that's one of our sponsors. And they
Hopefully they got it from Zaleski Sports.
Yeah, hopefully they got their idea from Zaleski Sports. Hey, let's try that place in Greenfield. South 27th Street, 27th and Cold Spring over there, right next to the McDonald's. Who wants to go to that place anyways? McDonald's.
I know you do.
No. All right, stepping in a new pitcher for the Franklin Sabres as soon as it comes up here. It's number 11, I think. That first pitch is a ball low. Numbers. Pitch. That's ripped in the air to right field. And falling foul. Just foul. You know it's been a long morning when Virgins is still pitching, and I said there's a new pitcher. Wow. For some reason, the motion looked different when he came out there.
Some of the players too. That's how you know it's been a long morning.
So now it's at the plate for Hudson. It's Brathel, the new pitcher. Brathel, like the only guy that I know is not in the starting lineup from last night, but now is in the lineup because he's pitching. So Hudson sent a lot of the same guys out as last night on our broadcast. That one's on the ground to second. Lee over to the first baseman. Herrick makes the out number 1. Sabres playing with 5 errors on the day with defense in the 4th inning here. A lot of them were just struggled throws to first base. That's where a lot of their errors came. So now Mazinski will step in against Vergis, and he fouls the first one off. Next pitch from Vergis on the ground, a third foul. And Hudson coach has got to go run and book it to go get it. Book it to the green. That's what I call it. That one's on the ground to the pitcher, Vergis. He'll just turn around and throw it to first. That's 2 outs. They go around the horn. Now Steele Holm is up. Maybe he'll get on third and Steele Holm. 0 for 1 today. And Steele Holm goes too far. Strike 1.
Think he's getting old of our joke yet?
I don't think he's heard our joke yet, unless he watched back the broadcast last night. There's the. I'm telling you right now, there is no way that nobody has used that joke towards him before. There's no way that we're the first ones, because that is just such a common thing to think of. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Even if you weren't a baseball player, still, it'd be like in there for a strike on home. Quickly, 1 ball, 2 strikes. UW Milwaukee plays after this. I think they got 2 o'clock start or 1 o'clock start. And then tonight you got Kettle Moraine versus St. Thomas More. Elijah Vinks a lot on the call.
Really?
Lead to second, on to first. That's the end of the 4th inning. The Sabres allow no runs. Sabres coming to bat here in the top of the 5th. 5-3.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Milwaukee's best deal on Detroit Iron starts right here.
2324 Jeep Grand Cherokees with 10% off MSRP. Plus 24 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $49,499 with $5,500 in rebates or 3.9% for 72 months.
For cars and trucks imported from Detroit and deals made famous in Milwaukee, it doesn't get any better than this.
Is there a Griffin hub tag on your car?
Back here on Zaleski Sports. Pitching totals for the Hudson Raiders. Zulig went 3 innings today, giving up 4 hits, allowing 5 earned runs, 5 walks, and a strikeout. Brathel, inning relief so far, he has 1 walk and 1 strikeout. We'll go over the Sabres totals the next inning, which have been better than you think from what the score shows for Hudson's side of things. On the pitching side of things. So now Joe Herrick will step in, the leadoff hitter in this inning. He'll face Brathel. Herrick in the air. High fly ball in the infield, right to the catcher. And that's out number 1. The catcher still remains Carlson. So Carlson with the pop fly ball for the catch right there. So now it's Ortiz batting for Hefter. Not sure why Hefter was pulled out of the game. He did get a big hit before, so Herrick went after the first pitch that time. So now it is Ortiz That's Sam Ortiz, to be exact, number 42, the new third baseman, and for the Sabres. Hefter was pulled out of the game after a base-clearing triple. In there for a strike. But defensively, a few errors were made between him and Herrick earlier. And that allowed to Hudson's 3 runs. Ortiz takes the ball low, 2-1. Brathel up to 22 pitches on the day. He's in for relief for Zuli. That one's in there for a strike on Ortiz. Two balls, 2 strikes coming up. Brathel sets and delivers. Called strike 3. Threw kind of the changeup on there. So now that will send up now Mitchell Szymanczyk. I remember he's a righty. The other guy's a lefty. I should call them twins. When I talk, whichever coach I talk to later, if it's Steve Drobot, I'll have to mention. Hey, I get you guys confused. Maybe because we're so high up. Anyways, first pitch ball on Szymanczyk.
I mean, I guess you could say that because they're both wearing ski masks.
Yeah, they're both wearing ski masks. They're both about the same height. They both bat different. Now, if they both bat the same on the same side, then that would be.
Remember Szymanczyk?
Yeah.
Is righty and Sanford
Yeah.
left.
Okay. Sanford bats higher, too. That's all I got to remember. In there for a ball, it's 2-0. Next pitch. Down low. So I believe it's 3-0 now on Szymanczyk. Yep, 3-0 on Szymanczyk. So Brathel forced to throw a strike right here now. And ball 4. Szymanczyk walks with 2 outs. So now send up Sievert, who's 1 for 2 today. I believe Sievert had one of the RBIs earlier. Yep, he's got 2 RBIs today. Hefter's got 3. So they're playing for the RBI total game. Back to first, Carlson goes. Szymanczyk gets back easily. Sievert steps back in, 1-0. Pitch is high, 2-0. Two outs. Sievert batting. Brathel pitching. Back to first. Safe. Almost got him that time. 2-1. The count is on Sievert. So that one was a strike on the throwback. It was a strike 1 looking. Here's the pitch outside. Trying again. Back over to first. Still back. Even Sievert's calling the ball for the umpire. He's staying safe too. Since when did the batter become the umpire?
Wants to try to convince him more.
Yeah. No, the convince him is when the coach does it on the base. The umpire thinks, well, if I call him out, I'm going to get an earful from that base coach. Wouldn't be surprised if Carlson gets him at some point this game because he kept doing it. He keeps practicing. That's a dangerous throw to do, too, though, because you let the ball get past you, especially if you do it to third base. And swing and a miss. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now we're up to a full count. Sievert steps back in. Sabered in with full count here. Brathel steps and delivers. That's ripped to third. Nice scoop over there by Abramson. Over to first to get the out. And we'll head to the middle of the fifth inning. Franklin still in the lead, 5-3. More baseball coming your way on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, MedPec here. Bottom of the fifth coming up. The Sabres back in the field, up 5-3. Looks to me Verges is still on the mound. Verges today, 4 innings complete, 3 hits, 1 earned run given up. And some of those runs came due to fielding errors. Like I said, the Sabres have 5 errors on defense. Verges remains on the mound for the Sabres. Pretty much same defensive alignment. Around the side. So it'll be interesting here. We got 2 more complete innings of Hudson bats 3 more times. Sabres bat twice. It'll be interesting to see what Hudson takes together. Hudson likely heading back home today. I'd say they are heading back home today. That's why they got the early game. Probably about 4 hours. That was funny because I was talking to somebody lower at this game, one of the people I know that goes around and covers different sporting events, and I told him, I said, Hudson I told him that Hudson gets here in 3.5 hours, and know what he told me? He goes, they got here in 3.5 hours, that means they're breaking the law. Because technically, depending on which way you take, they can be, yeah, it all depends, you know. Next pitch, that's ripped to left, but out there right to Sanford. Hagman flies out for the first out of the inning. So now coming up is Abramson. Nice scoop over there at the end of the inning, last inning at third. Sam Abramson to bat. That ball's outside. Here's the pitch inside. Bounces in the dirt. Nearly looked like it hit him. So the catcher, Sievert, will walk out to Verges and talk. And they will head back. So now Abramson in the box, up 2-1. And that one inside again, takes low. We're expanding streaming in the Milwaukee area with Zaleski Sports. Find out Look at our schedule on ZalewskiSports.com. See when your team might potentially be on. That one's inside for a strike. Full team schedules on our website as well. Standings for each conference that we cover. Lots of things on the ZalewskiSports.com website. You can also view the upcoming streams on the website as well. Milwaukee area, likely 2 games a week for the time being. This weekend special because of the 4 games. Swing and a miss right there by Abramson. Throws over to first baseman Herrick. Makes the out. 2 outs. Sabres go around the horn again. So now Zuli will step in, the starting pitcher today. He's still in the game. I think he moved over. I'm not sure if he's in the field or DH now. Birds are flying around today as well. You know, it's kind of nicer. Well, else they're just here and they just say, I don't want to go back to Florida yet. Paul's 2-0. I don't want to fly all the way back. I know it's 35, but I'll live through it. That's what they're saying. 2-0 now on Zuli. Zuli rips one to right. That's down, a base hit. Anderson relieves it in. And that's Hudson's 4th hit of the day. Both teams have 4 hits on the day. But Franklin also attacks on 5 errors on the day on defense. But it leads 5-3. And he went on that one, strike 1. This Hudson team plays really well up north. They probably a lot of times play teams from Minnesota. That's why in the seeding processes that hurts them when they do seeding at the WIAA office, because they count all out opponents from the 500 records from the state. But in baseball, they have seeding meetings where they meet head-to-head and yell at each other on who should get the 1 seed. That's kind of different in baseball, so their out-of-state record doesn't really hurt them as much.
Arguments could happen.
They do happen. Believe me. Every year something has to happen. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. What a wicked bounce off the plate. Sievert has to go back and retrieve it. I don't even know if you got to blame that one on him, because that just took a bounce off the side of home plate and just went straight up in the air. Vergis up to 81 pitches on the day. Remember, the max in high school is 100, so.
Unless you get another 3-pitch hitting. Then you'll get out of here quicker, and then you can go to.
Yeah. First runner on third now for the Hudson Raiders. Zuli on third. Carlson will step in here any moment. Back in. He's down 1-2. So Hunter Carlson steps back in, and ball high. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Carlson. Vergis sets and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Sievert will throw down to Herrick to secure the out. Herrick nearly came off the base that time, and that's 3 outs here in the inning. We'll head to the 6th. Franklin still leads 5-3.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Back here at Franklin Field, top of the 6th inning. Today's game is sponsored by Griffin Hub Chrysler. Jeep Dodge Ram of Milwaukee has over 125 new vehicles in stock and ready to preview, and over 35 in transit to the dealership. Find a large selection and deals of new and pre-owned Dodge Chargers and Challengers. Drive into style and saving this 2024 at Griffin Hub Chrysler, Jeep Dodge Ram of Milwaukee. Top of the 6th inning. Franklin coming up, leading 5-3 over the number 7 ranked Hudson Raiders. This would be a big win if Franklin were to secure it. Coming up first for the Sabres, looks like it's going to be Lee. Cold, chilly morning here at Franklin Field. We're excited to be with you here today. So Lee will step in first for the Sabres here in the top of the 6th. And will face Brathel. Takes a pitch high, ball 1.
Franklin's playing at a field that has the same name as your city because it's Franklin.
Yeah.
For the road team.
And did he go? Yes, he did, the first base umpire says. 1-1 on Lee. Pitch is high, ball 2. Next pitch on the ground, foul to third base. They're just going to leave the ball down there, I guess. So 2 strikes now on Lee. Facing Brathel. Brathel up to 39 pitches as a reliever today. And that's on the ground to third. Abramson over to first in time. Out number 1 for the Raiders. So now, coming to plate is Schneebel. That is Andrew Schneebel. Brathel delivers, nearly hit him. And a quick conversation between the catcher, Carlson, and Brathel, the pitcher. Schneebel will step out here. About an inning to go here. Franklin 5-3, a big story. Ben Hefter with a base-clearing triple. I believe that was in the 3rd inning, so 3 innings ago already. It's been the same score since. Hudson jumped out quick 3-0 in the 1st inning. And Franklin has scored 5 unanswered since, so Schneebel has 1-1 count on him. That one's up the middle and through past Majinski. So Schneebel will reach on I believe they're just going to call that a base hit. It'd be reasonable. That was kind of tough play right there. Once the score comes in, I'll let you know. Steve Drobot, I think, is doing a substitute. Or else he's talking with the umpire about something. Not sure what happened there, but so they're going to rule that last one a single. So Dylan Hurling will bat now, 0 for 2 today. Schneebel takes his lead from first. First one's in there for a strike. Schneebel takes his lead over at first. That one's hit up in the air. Playable. Oh, gets the fence and he drops it. I don't think it was quite playable. Slid right into the back fence.
I don't think I would have been able to get that in the shot if he would have caught that.
No. So now 2 strikes on Hurling. That one's on the ground. Second, and are they gonna call? They're gonna still call an out at second because it was on the transfer. So Schneebel was out on the force out, but the runner reaches on a fielder's choice, Hurling. So what happened there is technically he dropped it, but it was on the transfer, so it's still considered an out. So now it'll be Ben Burgess, the pitcher, at the plate. Pretty good outing so far today. Ball's high. More and more fans have singled in during the game. Obviously not going to sell out the Milkwood Stadium or even come close to even selling 25% out. Not sell out, but like...
10 to 15%?
Yeah, not even probably. It's because, it's morning. I know some people are like, it's Franklin. Actually, they might be at a benefit tonight because St. Thomas More and Kettle Moraine play tonight, but it's the last PBR game. The last PBR game over there is at 4:30 or 4 o'clock. So none of them will probably be going on when that game starts tonight. Yep. And that one's inside. Throw down to second, not in time. Gets past the shortstop Mazzinski briefly. Hurling steals second base with 2 outs. And a base hit here by Burgess could be huge if the Sabres could get another run on. And that pitch is high. Ball 4. So 4-pitch walk. So now that will send up Sanford. I knew it wasn't Szymanczyk this time. I just couldn't think of his name. So runners at first and second now for Sanford. Sanford 0 for 2 today. I believe he has a walk as well. Yep. A walk and a strikeout and a ground out. 50 pitches so far for the reliever Brathel. Or 51, I should say. Sanford steps back in. Pitch is high and an inside. 2-0. So 2-0. Outside 3-0. Throws down to second. No. I can tell you one thing about Hunter Carlson is he likes to throw it back down to bases to do pickoffs as a catcher. One thing. He likes to be aggressive as a catcher. It's definitely worked in the past because otherwise he never would keep doing it. Looks back. 3-0 on Sanford. And that's ball 4. So, a walk, and a single for the Sabres. Sends up Joe Herrick, 1 for 2 today with bases loaded here in the top of the 6th. 2 outs. Wouldn't be surprised there's a pitching change coming here from Bleat. Brent Blagan. Couldn't think of his name. I was so into it. All right, I think they're sticking with Brathel. So bases loaded, 2 outs for Joe Herrick. Herrick takes outside, ball 1. The chance and raves come from the Sabres dugout. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, comes back in. 1 ball, 1 strike on Herrick. Brathel takes the stretch. Winds up. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike again. That one might have been a little outside that time. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. So Herrick standing in, behind in the count, 2 outs. Brathel coming back after walking the last 2 batters. To get 2 strikes up on Herrick. And Herrick swings and misses strike 3. Hudson gets out of a bases loaded jam. And we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Franklin still leading 5-3.
For the best price on the Bowtie brand, all roads lead to Griffin Chevrolet in the Auto Mall.
Lease this 24 Chevrolet Trax for $255 a month or 36 months. Or when you lease this 24 Chevrolet Silverado, pay just $348 for 36 months.
Find new roads, discover old friends. There's no better way than with a Griffin Chevrolet.
As a proud sponsor of Zaleski Sports, Stevens Point Brewery brings you a variety of gourmet sodas to indulge in while watching your favorite teams. Flavors include black cherry cream, kitty cocktail, mango, orange cream, vanilla cream, and root beer in regular or 0 sugar. Have it as a float for the perfect post-game treat.
Back here on Zaleski Sports this morning, Matt Peck here. 5-3. Burgess still remains on the mound for the Sabres. Today's game is sponsored by Asher Exteriors. Today's game is Asher Exteriors. Call Asher for your free no obligation estimate at 888 go Asher, or go visit goasher.com. That's goasher.com. Get off the ladder, get gutter helmet with Asher Elastic Exteriors. Trust the experts on your most valuable asset, your home. Give them a call today at 888 go Asher. Back here, Matt Peck. Elijah Vinxolata on the spinning commercials called producing. Burgess still remains on the mound for the Sabres. A lot of the same defensive situation for the Sabres here in the bottom of 6th. So now coming up to the bat is number 16. We need walk-up music here.
Sure, Franklin does it at their home stadium.
Yeah, I think they do. They do it at Jim Hughes Field over there in Franklin. They honor the former longtime Franklin coach Jim Hughes over there. That pitch is low for Burgess. 1-0 here to begin the bottom of the 6th. Next pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 on Bezanson. Bezanson the hitter for Hudson. Burgess delivers. Next pitch could not curve it down enough. Nearly hits Bezanson. Pitch is low. 3 balls, 1 strike. And that one's on the ground. Samancic. Over to first. Herrick. Out number 1. Bezancic grounds out. So with one out here in the bottom of the 6th, Solheed will come up to bat. Solheed takes strike 1. Ball's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Franklin looking to get out of this inning without giving up any runs once again. They've done a good job of that the last few innings after the not so friendly first inning. Kind of a brutal first inning for them. Franklin, one thing I'm going to point out, Steve Droba, not a lot of teams win a game when they have 5 errors. And so far they're leading 5-3 with 5 errors, which is incredible because a lot of those errors in the first inning led 2 runs. That's why Verges only has 1 earned run technically. And that ball's low. Two balls, 2 strikes now on Solheed. Solheed 1 for 2 today. I think he had a single earlier. Next pitch from Verges. Swinging a line drive to right. And it is caught out there. Anderson with the catch out there that time. That's Gavin Anderson with the sliding catch out there for the Sabres. A single saving catch. Now there's 2 down. So now Brathel, the pitcher, will come up. Brathel takes the first pitch low. And that pitch is high again. 2 balls, no strikes. Verge is up to 95 pitches, so it's likely if he throws a couple more, this will be his last batter per WIAA rule. You can only throw 100 pitches in a game, and you got to rest at least, I think, 3 days now. Strike 1 in there, so making Verges most likely not eligible for their first game against Tremper this week. I forget the rules. It's 3 to 4 games. You must rest if you throw 100 pitches. Ball's low. 3 balls, 1 strike on Brathel. Three balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Verges up to 98 pitches, so this is likely his last. This is going to be his last batter probably, because even if he strikes him out here. Never mind, ball 4. And so technically the rule is you can finish off the batter if you have 100. So will Steve Drobot take a chance with him for one more batter? He's looking in the dugout. And he's looking. He's not sure. I think he's going to call time and come out and take Verges out. Yep. So he's going to pull Ben Verges now. Madasinski will come up once we come back. So Verges to be pulled. It'll be interesting to see who Steve Drobot brings in. I'm not sure if anybody was loose in the. Somebody had been warming up probably. So we'll wait the signal from Steve Drobot. They're all giving him a pat in the back, so I'm assuming Verges' day is done. No. So technically he can throw another batter because he's at 99. So if he walks or gives up a hit here, Or if another batter has to bat this inning, they have to pull Burgess per WIAA rule. But if he can get out of this and complete 6 innings, because he's at no, he's at 99. He can complete the batter. If he goes over 100, he can complete the batter. But then, no matter what, after this batter, if he gets a hit or not, or else next inning they have to pull him. So Burgess will pitch one last batter, and it gets by Herrick, and Brathel will stay at first. Got up too late, Brathel, that time. That pitch is in there for a strike. Just 0-1 to Maszynski. That one's in there again, a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. So no balls, 2 strikes on Maszynski. Brathel takes the lead from first, and it balls a little bit high. Just missed. Burgess up to 102 on the day. 102 pitches. No, his last batter, no matter the circumstance. So walk, hit, anything, even next inning. Franklin will likely go with a closer next inning. And ball 2 in the dirt. Taking off for second is Brathel, and he gets there on a technically considered a pass ball. Two balls, 2 strikes now. And ball's low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second is Brathel, Maszynski. So Ben Burgess' last batter no matter what. And that one's on the ground to second. Lee over to the first baseman. Herrick completes it. And that's 6 complete innings for Ben Burgess, and his day will be over. What a game for Burgess. And we head to the 7th. Franklin still in the lead, 5-3.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, part of the Prep Baseball Wisconsin Invitational for high school. Top of the 7th inning here. They got a heck of a day going on here, starting right now over at Pirates Field, over on the Rock League baseball fields. It's Monona Grove versus Hartford. Coming up at 1:30 is Mosinee versus Kenosha Indian Trail. 1:30 as well, St. Mary Catholic versus Wisconsin Lutheran. Also starting right now, there's Mosinee versus Wisconsin Lutheran. And at 4 p.m. is St. Mary Catholic versus Nicolay. And then tonight, we'll be back here on Zaleski Sports, Kettle Moraine versus St. Thomas More here at the Milkman Field. Elijah, thanks a lot. Will be on the call. I haven't told Elijah this, but Elijah Vinxalato will also be on producing. I have to take the night off. Just kidding. All right, we're back. No, we're not doing that. First pitch is in there for a strike. Brathville's still the pitcher for Hudson. Ortiz, the batter, now the third baseman for the Sabres. Swing and a miss, strike two. And that one's fouled to the left side. Ortiz takes it low. 2 balls, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And called strike 3. 1 retired for Brathville here. Ortiz strikes out looking. So now it'll be Mitchell Samancic batting for the Sabres. Samancic steps in. Underground foul to the third base side. Brathville up to 63 pitches as a reliever today. He relieved Zuli, who went 3 innings. So Brathville up to 3 1/3 innings. Pitches outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Samancic. Mitchell Samancic walk every time today. 0 for 0 today. 3 walks. He's down. He's 1-1 right now. Pitch is strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes on Samancic. And inside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Samancic, I think, thought about it for a minute. They're like, should I take an inside stab at it? And just inside, just a little bit high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Samancic, one of those shorter hitters, so you got to go from pitching to a really tall guy to a little shorter hitter. It can mess with the pitchers a little bit. That might be taking advantage to why he has 3 walks already today. And 0 for 0, technically. And that one's popped up. Catcher trying to go get it. Slides. Not able to get there. Carlson. That's Carlson's 2 slides into the wall today already. Busy day back there. He like his pop time getting up, though. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on Samancic. And did he go? No. So ball 4. That's 4 walks for Samancic today. Boy, does he got plate discipline. I don't see that very often. So 1 out now. It's Sievert, the catcher. Samancic leads off, takes a big lead over there at first. Strike 1 to Sievert swinging. Ball Low, back to first, safe. Close that time. I don't think they quite got him that time. I mean, another reaction came from the Hudson side, but I don't think they got him. I think Samancic was back there quite early. But these Franklin runners know to be alert. Oh, shows bunt, Sievert. Takes ball outside. So 2 balls, 1 strike on Sievert. That one's up the middle to second. Turns, throws to first. In time, double play. Soheed to Mazinski to Bezanson. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Franklin still leads 5-3. Will Hudson have enough in him? We'll find out. Who's coming up next?
Big Putts is the greatest indoor mini golf experience in the universe, as determined by unofficial independent voting. Big Putts on South 27th Street in Greenfield is open 7 days a week. Plan your next night out, weekend, birthday party, company outing, or an afternoon delight of mini golf at Big Putts. After a round of golf, test your skill in the area's best arcade. Big Putts on South 27th Street in Greenfield and Big Putts on Facebook. I like Big Putts and I cannot lie.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, bottom of 7th inning. We'll find out who we got to interview next, whichever team. Ben Vergis is pulled, obviously pitch limit. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, 1 earned run. 2 walks and 3 strikeouts on the day. So a lot of good, better defense for the Sabres towards the end of his outing. Didn't start out well for him. So now on the mound for the Sabres is Onyu Lee. He started at second. Now he's on the mound. Good chance for him to take the chance to warm up. Sievert's still behind the dish. O'Brien goes to second base. And Steele Holm will bat first. So bottom of 7th coming up now. Going to be an interesting one. Will Hudson strike back or will Franklin take down the number 7 ranked team in the state? We'll find out. These rankings coming courtesy of Prep Baseball Wisconsin. Steele Holm will bat. Onyu Lee, the new pitcher for the Sabres. Holm steps in. Lee in for the save situation. Lee's first pitch up in the air. Base hit to right field. Holm's on for the first hit of the inning on the first pitch. So that's going to bring up Logan Hagman. And that's concerning because he hit a home run yesterday on the first pitch. So don't give him any too good of a pitch here because that could be dangerous if you're the Sabres. Steele Holm takes his lead off first. Hagman steps in. And first pitch is low, ball 1. What the Sabres really need here is a double play because that could get a lot of pressure off Lee. First pitch, he gives up a hit. That's probably like in his mind already. Like first pitch giving up a hit's always like just a stinger in people's minds. Like they just start to get nervous about that. Lee delivers. Pitch is low, 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. Holm will take his lead from first. Hagman steps back in the box. Lee throws back to first in time. So Hagman steps back in. Ball's low, 3-0. Lee has yet to throw a strike that has passed the batter. He threw a strike that got hit the first pitch he threw. And first pitch is in the first strike. It's the first one that got passed. So 3 balls, 1 strike on Hagman here in the bottom of 7th. Holm takes his lead from first. Lee, that's ripped to third. Dropped, though, by Ortiz. And probably going to go as an error. And a crucial, it was hard hit, though, but out of the glove. They always say once it hits the glove. So Hudson threatening now with runners on first and second here in the bottom of the 7th. Let's see what the game changer scores it. So runners on. It's going to be scored as a single. So I don't think Franklin wants to put any more errors on the day. They already have 5 on the day in the field. So Lee's first pitch in there for a ball. Hagman and Holm at second to first. Abramson will bat. That one's on the ground. Short in the infield, tags the runner out at third. Abramson will reach on a fielder's choice. Holm tagged out going to third, and there's 1 down here in the bottom of 7th. So a little bit pressure taken off Lee's back after they get an out for him in the field. So now Zuli will stand in, the starting pitcher for today. He's 2 for 3. That's dangerous. First pitch inside on Zuli, 1-0. Lee looks back. And that one's on the ground. A second, could be 2. Second to first. In time, the Sabres take down the number 7 team in the state. Huge win for the Franklin Sabres this morning. Double play turn from O'Brien to Szymanczyk back to Ben Vergis at first base. And the Sabres win. We will head down and talk with head coach Steve Drobot and his choice of a highlight house player of the game. We will be back in a few minutes after team meeting. Coming up after this.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Keflatiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers.
Back here at Zaleski Sports, joined by head coach Steve Drobot and Ben Verges, 6 innings today. I said it was a little bit of a struggle in the first inning, but you guys came back strong and played well better the rest of the game.
Yeah, rough start for us. There's no doubt about it, and our expectations that we come out better than that. But the one positive of that is we didn't hang our head after those first rough innings. We're a young team. We're going to have to learn to overcome some mistakes, and we did that today. I'm really proud of how we hung in there the whole 7 innings.
So you guys got a tough schedule coming. You got Tremper this week, you got Muskego next Saturday, and you got Oak Creek the week after. Tell me about what's going to take to get all that done.
Well, it's fundamental baseball. If you saw it here today, the team that did the most fundamentally things right, made the less mistakes, you're going to most likely be on top at the end. We need to clean up some of the mistakes we're making. We're playing some really good teams. We want it that way. We want to play the best teams. We want to play those guys, and we're looking forward to it. But as far as like what we got to do on our end, we got to make sure we control what we can control, and that's making the plays that we should make. That's throwing strikes. That's limiting freebies for the other team, and I hope we can do that, because if we do, we'll have a chance at coming out on a lot of those games ahead.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you. Today, nice job today, Ben Verges. You had 6 innings thrown. Tell me how you get it done. You had your teammates behind you.
Had my teammates behind me. We started off a little slow, but I knew they got my back, so I knew it was going to be a good game.
Yeah, perfect. Just tell me about like early on. I know it was probably like a struggle, because there were like quite a few errors out there. Like, how did you battle through and keep like the good pitching going on?
I just told my teammates to trust the training. They've been putting in hours all off season, and they got it done.
All right, so we do a thing as Zaleski Sports. You're gonna hold the mic, and I'm gonna count down for 3, 2, 1. You're gonna say your name, and then I'm in the house. So you're gonna look up there.
All right.
Just like one of the windows up there. The
All right.
camera's up there.
Make it good, man. It's gotta be good. Come on, Ben Verges.
So from down for 3, 2, 1.
My name's Ben Verges, and I'm in the house.
All right, thank you. Great game today. Thank you. Signing off tonight for on Zaleski Sports, Matt Peck here. We'll be back with a broadcast next week. I think we'll see these Sabres again probably next Saturday at Muskego, or else unless we get some earlier in the week. Otherwise, we'll see you guys tonight again. Kettle Moraine versus St. Thomas More. Elijah on the call.